What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Raspa Beats.
So I got a video today and I wanted to speak on a spiritual world post that I saw. So let's get right into it. This woman said, why do men shut their partners out when they're going through stuff? It's unfair. And a brother responded, because at some point you'll use it against him, whether intentional or not, because women, you don't know, certain things can't be said. And when said, they can't be taken back. Sorry, just won't cut it. So there's more to this thread, and I'll read some more of this thread, but I want to speak to that point specifically. And the brother is right, man. A lot of times women will try and say some things to get under your skin. I've been through it enough times that I already know kind of the tactics that they use to do that. And the reason why they do that is because they know a lot of times that there aren't going to be any ramifications for their actions. I mean, it's not like you can come back and physically act against them. So they say things to get under your nerves to make you feel a certain type of way, all right? That's why they use a lot of the shaming language, you're insecure, small dick energy, all of these different types of things to make you feel less of a man. So when it comes to, opening yourself up to a woman and telling her, your biggest fears or some things that you're going on with your life, some struggles, maybe some pain that you're trying to fight off in your own life, a lot of times they'll use that against you when an argument comes or when a disagreement comes. Oh, well, that's why you soft because this and that, or that's why you a P word or a B word because, you was crying about this and that. So that's why men don't open up to women, because they oftentimes take that, put it in their pockets and use it as a toolkit to manipulate the man in the future. So the thread goes on. Another man chimes in. He says, the answer to this question is the tweet itself, and she doesn't even have the self-awareness to realize it. First paragraph, the man has the problem. He's going through stuff. Second line, she's made it about herself. It's unfair to you, right? And that's why men don't, because y'all don't tend to understand most times and just make it seem about you. Because I need space to myself doesn't mean I don't love a lady or don't have affection. Sometimes that means, or sometimes that moment of solitude is just needed to garner enough inspiration or get ideas for stuff, okay? So when we speak to that point, he's right again, A lot of times when you tell a woman, yo, I need some time, whatever, they ask you, oh, yo, what did I do? What did I do? And that's the problem. It's not about you. It's something that the man is working on internally. So as a woman, to bring him comfort, you want to do everything that you can to make him comfortable. And that's not necessarily being there with him. If he says he needs space, he needs time, whatever, that may mean, being a support system, not necessarily prying into the information, but taking what information is given to you and then going and acting on that and seeing what the man needs to improve the process of healing. Or sometimes you just got to take a whole step back and let him do what he got to do. But I know that a lot of times in situations, the women like to be proactive and try and figure out what the problem is and this, that, and the third. Some problems can't be solved by just, giving head, or some problems can't be solved by just throwing it back and like having intercourse. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women try and solve the problems with the intercourse, okay? And at the end of the day, yeah, every man likes doing that. But when you're a guy and you've had enough intercourse, right? When you having sex, you've had enough experiences. That is not necessarily what you need for a healing process, okay? That's not gonna make you feel better about being laid off on your job, or having a hard time in your career choice, or, you know, going through school and you're not doing so well, or maybe you play sports and the coach ain't playing you. That's not, just having intercourse is not going to help solve that problem. So what a woman could do is take initiative in a different way, right? Which is gonna seem hands-offish, right? So you want to fall back. You want to give the man space, you know, hit him up every so often, make sure that he's doing good mentally, be there for him, let him know that if he does need to vent, you're there to open up. But I don't advise my guys to go out there and pour their heart out to their woman. You know, you need some guy friends who are going to give you clear solutions, because a lot of times when you do open up to these women, they don't present solutions, right? They just present what would make them feel better in the situation, okay? And that's what the man is speaking to and trying to avoid, okay? This other guy says, I agree that it's not an ideal or healthy pattern. However, the fact that this thought ends with it's unfair means you feel that he's doing this to you, but it's not about you. Women need to separate themselves from the situation if you're going to be helpful at all. Okay. The issue isn't men shutting out their partners. The issue is, if I tell you what I'm going through, what would you do to help? Just another "aw, sorry baby," a small hug, and some WAP is not going to solve that problem. Because the second I share my deepest fears with you is the second that the mental image you have of me, one of surety, poise, strength, right, takes a hit. Then my weakness can be aired in a future disagreement, or even used as a cudgel to shock me into submission. And I can speak to this from experience. A lot of times, if you open up to a woman and if you show, you know, these emotions, they will use that against you. And like the brother said, that presentation of strength and poise takes a hit, and it can be looked at as weakness, okay? It can be looked at as weakness, right? So you, as a guy, you want to make sure that you are your woman's rock, right? And you want to make sure that she can depend on you for her emotional things. But when it comes to you, a lot of times you got to handle that internally, because if you do go to her with your emotions, that can turn on you, right? I mean, I've spoken to a lot of women, and they say that when a guy is crying, it turns him off, all right? I've even heard women say that, you know, if a guy's crying about a passed away family member, they don't want to see it because it turns them off, okay? So these are things that women are expressing, especially these modern day women, right? These are things that these women are expressing. At the same time, they want men to accept very feminine, other feminine men, okay? So it's a lot of contradictions going on. These women promote the feminine men, but they won't necessarily sleep with these feminine men, okay? So it's kind of a lose-lose. The other gentleman says, because a lot of young women have made it abundantly clear that suffering or financial weakness is not acceptable in a partner, this hurts us both. Then there's that possibility that she has shown an inability to deal with hardship, so telling her won't make a difference. Before you know it, you become social media content when the relationship is over. I once dated this woman said, I once dated this guy. They reduced his salary at work. That man didn't stop complaining, and I knew I deserved better. Once she is done with you, your struggles becomes content. Don't do it. Okay? And that's a great point. A lot of these women love embarrassing men on social media. I say this all the time. Taking your screenshots if you DM them, posting them, putting you on blast, making it because they want to fuel their egos, right? They want to put out, my man ain't spending this on me. He ain't buy me flowers. He ain't kiss me goodbye. He ain't do this. He ain't kiss me during intercourse. So, you know, I feel like I deserve better. They'll air you out on social media. They will air out like things that you tell a woman in confidentiality, things that you tell her in the DMs that is supposed to be a peer-to-peer confidential conversation. They will air those conversations out and put it on social media and make you look like a fool and try and embarrass you. So I plead to my men, I keep telling you guys, Women love embarrassing men on social media. This is a real thing. This is a common occurrence. If you DM, hey, screenshot, look who tried to talk to me, especially if you got some type of status, look who tried to slide in my DMs. I know y'all seen the story of the woman with the husband who said that the baby tried to holler at her. She wanted to put him on blast. Why? To embarrass him. And what? To build her self-esteem up. So a lot of times, like the brother's saying, they made it about them. Men open up at the initial stages of the relationship. They get shut down, and she turns the conversation about her. Women vent while men talk to find solutions to a problem. When a woman responds to his expressed issues as venting, he'll never open up to you. This is a broad generalization because it's highly dependent on the woman's critical thinking and objectivity. Men will generally open up when there's a security of knowledgeable feedback and contributions instead of rejection and, what I say, humiliation. They're supportive. Women helping out there too. Yeah, and there are definitely supportive women out there helping. And sometimes they don't know or can't come up with solutions to your problem. And a lot of problems that men suffer come from financial woes, right? So if I'm having a bad month or I'm having a down month, a woman cannot fix that problem, you know, because a lot of these women are not willing to share their funds, okay? They're not willing to share money that they worked hard on, even though they expect a man to share his money that he worked hard on. So there's just so many different angles that you could hit this at, but I definitely wanted to speak to this situation because you know, it's a big topic. You know, out here, men are struggling mentally. A lot of men are struggling mentally, and we need somebody to fall back on and be able to express ourselves to. And a lot of times that's going to be your homeboys. That's going to be your day ones, man. So that's what I advise you guys to do, man. Vent to your homeboys, vent to your day ones, vent to guys who you know got your back, who were with you before you even had a girl, right? Because when you start venting to your girl, she is going to use that as a sign of weakness. She is going to use that, and she may, if the relationship gets rocky and y'all have some type of disagreement and y'all have a falling out, she may take those intimate details that you gave her, that you told her about yourself, that you opened up about yourself, that you made yourself vulnerable about, right? She may take those intimate details and post them on social media and post them on her story and trying to embarrass you. Oh yeah, and she'll tag you too. So anyways, you already know what it is, man. Don't make this fatal mistake, man. You know, keep it a buck, man. It's always been bros before hoes, man. So, you know, vent to your brothers and let them know what's going on and see if these guys can't help you find a solution. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Till next time.
Raspa Beats.